right? Essentially. Okay, again, thank you.
Good, right?
Good.
My name is, I'm with Sudbury Education Advocacy Center,
Within Voyagers.
and you just here person and online for our mastering the Indian resume workshop. I think you're closest. So, and again, you've already yourselves, and we'll get into the big sections next year. Here we go. Yeah. So before we acknowledge on which we are, this is traditional territory Anishinaabe people. Typically, it's the shared territory of the Machine Anishinaabe and the one of the First Nations. And I think it's to acknowledge because we're barely talking newcomers about how to create a resume, job here. Historically, most of us, if we're in Canada, and I'm always honored treaties we've had difficult relations. When we drive, the nations grandparents, great grandparents in arms, and we'd like to help drive here. We didn't always treat very well after that. So reconciliation is time. Yeah. And
Our community organization dedicated for international students, newcomers, and immigrants. Focus on providing a life here. What's so special is we are funded by international for international students and so we understand the challenges company to help you out. Our mission is to revolutionize the experience of international students and immigrants in Canada by doing three things. First, we provide innovative education support. If you want to choose a good program or school for you, then we can help you with that. We also facilitate employment opportunities. Say if you have through your resume, help later in. And go to later for some involved in activities. We'll get
Sudbury Workers Advocacy. We are a non-profit organization made up of worker conditions of people, those in low-wage and precarious. Canada are overrepresented in low-wage, unstable work, which is we do so much of our work with migrants. Are free. Best part about us, and we provide public information and help you want if you've got questions to resolve.
Thank you. Those are quality high value communicators. Now that high value communicators. Now that those are not only high value communicators, also high value all. Who to sell for? This workshop is for international students in Canada and immigrants in Canada. This annual challenge the Canadian market with all of that. We are committed to making your job journey a lot easier. First, it is crucial to make a impact with your resume. That's where your employers get your friendship. The role of me in making questions is like important. It is a must, but it really would be really cool if your resume can employers attention, and hopefully the resume can convince the potential that you are the right. And for this resume, you want your resume back in the crack. There's so many people. Ideal for the gaps and the history. You take 2 years break when you're break or something like that, coming in. This skills and ability rather than chronological work is chronological, you keep that is chronological in a reverse order, but one focus on ability. For this one, it is important to be aware of them. Your transfer skills. And this is one of functional resume. Combination between resume and functional resume. It's a combination. How do we want to have because it help you focus on a skill session, like right here, this a skills session, the skills session, and also a focus on a lengthy work experience session, like a corner recipe. We have there, you have as well. Then you might ask, why bother? Why do you need this type? Why do you need this type combined? And resume is for highly trained jobbers, and also those with the multiple tracks you might want to consider using high, and that's one example of what I resume looks like.
So we at the Sudbury Work Education different from the normal work where people for, and we always try and make sure that we are ensuring that we are reaching out to Indigenous population to make sure that they trying to target how we reach out to people, prioritize populations, and the can we receive that we always look for candidates who send either a hybrid resume because they were people who just graduated, international students whose work experience fell outside of. I've got some skills that you're looking at. I don't have in some of the other stuff I'm looking at, but I think I would be great for the job, right? And so. And I didn't be like, oh, for last that job, not the job that I'm looking for, right? And so I would quickly and identify, hey, this really might be a great for the job. Let me the need to be experienced in international drive for Uber Eats and work grocery store, which is completely irrelevant kind of job looking at, which was necessary person to, their bills as they were a student. I had to do this when I was a student. So completely had to do this when I was a student. So completely the job at hand. But back in my home country, what was important to you, tell me the job. So picking the right resume is important. Highlight strengths in your skills to impress me.
Now we can there's a role on logical resume, functional resume, and hybrid resume. Each type of resume you want to face. So understand your profession, whether you pass, whether you're linear progression in the requirements. You the job requirements to see what you're looking for. You understand the format based on what we just talked about. Chronological, and then what you have chosen you want to tailor your resume to the job you're applying for, and also for example, you want to review and for application. It's a lot of work, but you have to do to be able to pass the system.
So what we mean by that, good sales, but you want to move to a new company and give you a commission for sales. All right, continuing on career, right? So maybe you got a history, 2 solid jobs, right? Want to get other people might be like, look, I have these great things already in sales, but what is this job? It's all about educating people. This said is being people, good communicator. Oh my God, salesperson, good with people, good with communicator. But education, history, progression, you need a different resume, right? Because I have a different career sidestep into something new, right? Or management, my skills. So my skills, I still have a sales company on the ground. All of this. Maybe again, I need a resume as part of that career progression. What I'm looking for and what do I do in that job? Right? Yes, absolutely. All right, so before we, and we're going to reason this resumes, cover letter here in Canada, and that is what we're going to be based per private. Not include a photo, we're going to be based per private. Not include a photo, or you would not indicate your age or your marriage status or what religion you practice. We include our social security number in that document. All right. If you are on a job, yes, you will be given a private piece of information that you and your employer has, or they've hired your employer to do that resume. And just new words, just the dates, the names, and things like that. Unless asked you specifically to the salary expectation, don't include. All right. You don't have here, all right? So just don't put it in there, and do not put in any reason about why you have a gap job history. All right. Use a hybrid or functional way to present, right? If you've got, you were in it very, you explain why, right? You don't say there's reason, and if you're worried of having a short jobs, you're worried that people think, oh, I'm tired. You explain, oh, short-term contract, right? Again, maybe use a different resume style. Worried that will be a bad impression. Jobs, either job, your resume. There's also legitimate reasons for those you don't need to explain.
Craft of resume, there are different aspects to look at. Here is understanding the operation and overall considerations for creating that aligns with Canadian expectations, increases your chances of getting up. First one is payment, and the second is organization, and will be Canadian format when adhering to right. Tailoring. You guys have on your resume job by for done. You have. Cool. That's good. Whether it's done is for things first, you want to customize the resume application. I believe a lot of us have done before, which is great. But how you want to use keywords for job description. So if job description, you've already told what you're looking for. They So you use keywords first to identify all the words from all the definitions, and then you include them in your resume. Actually, this is more relevant to them. Scott mentioned you don't want to mention everything. Only that are relevant to that. That are relevant to that you apply for. Of course, you need to address your professional summary. Do you guys have a summary of your resume? You do professional summary to match that job requirements.
The reason you want to customize, so again, recently did a job search before that are similar to sales, but it's not a sale, right? It's similar to trying to build relationships, to build relationships, to find partnerships with people. So you got a sales background, you could probably job, yeah, but it's not a sales job, right? But I got a couple of ways that were around, you could probably job, yeah, but it's not a sales job, right? But I got a couple of ways that were very like sales stuff I'm looking for, right? I'm not looking at sales, I'm looking at these other skill sets as well. And maybe you have them, not demonstrate that to me, that you can actually do the other things that I really need. Whereas if you take it a little bit of time to get a number of salesperson, managing sales things and be like, oh, I did these as well. Created connect with new organizations, right? Like it ended our customer base. Oh, more interesting than the sales part of it, right? And your customer is key action. And
Yeah, strategy. Have you guys heard of something called ATS? How many heard of this term ATS? You. Other people? No. Oh, what is it? Yeah, for education track system. There's a system place to stress out. If you want to avoid it out, you want to use one standard formatting. Tables, columns, and graphics. Still have resume, colorful design there. Your style, great. For resume, not be the best. You might not do ATS and get to resume. You want to keep on the docs. What ATS works at? I've already set up with that if resume is not what you're looking for, the screen they don't look so against they don't time. And you won't use standard section. It's like it's clear. There's experience that's education or different kind of section headings that are like a different. And you also want to see resume.
Was Macintosh format. We asked them to open it. They said, "Hey, can you send it? As a document." They said, "Hey, can you send it? As a document, PDF. Give me a link to a line that I can do. Take the time to do because it's important to treat people with respect when they are coming to a job. Not every employee is going to do that, right? Many will be like, can't open this. Goodbye. And 9 others like that.
Right.
This one can't be smart enough for me to where I can read. You're not the right for me, right? So you've got to asking, and that key from the job posting stress enough. That Sabrina's saying, you got to system looking for the words. And so if they somebody that work in custodial service, and you're like janitor, and so it just has janitor through it, that's fine. It didn't use the word custodian, and it might be the same thing, but it gets screened out because it doesn't have the word there.
Let's move on to the style format. This lady is I use a clear question. I want to figure out what to pay. That's of course you don't have a main resume. Have 6 pages. That's okay. However, when you have a job, you will try to keep it what to because leaders or manager will trying to do everything, and you want to solve that. It does make a difference. I think Scott might have something to do with it. LinkedIn profile, if it's data professional, you talk about it. Like, sort of expected. Job searching, you might decide to put their resume on their resume. So if you sign on the research, these two popular, like in terms of
those but we were fonts days. Machine, you want the font kind of the default fonts in that way, right? Yeah. Some are really they want to scan it, into the pile or the pile, right? So you want to make sure how really make it go. Don't look. Yeah.
font size.
And font size.
Did it say 12%? Yeah.
This is all right. They're effective. So, chronological. We're going into chronological. When I talk about chronological, this is a whole. Young, she's getting the other one, like old schools. Chronological way is we often think topic just right. Full name wanted to be provided. Use a nickname. You can include that in notes, but you don't to have at the top a professional summary or objective. Right? Two or three lines that say who you are, what it is you want to achieve sort of in your career goals. Like hardworking individual, want to be top salesperson in the department working, right? Boom. I know who you are and what you want to do, right? Committed to our state and active. Okay, great. Know what your focus is. I know what it is to do, right? All these detailed certification, volunteer work, and activities in the actual sections. Get into it. I forgot to for that reminder. Yeah, information. Your full name, larger than the rest of the stuff, right? City in your product. You don't need to. Are you in the city? Will speak about locating you. Are you applying for higher education in which case will be able to some of the time more difficult. Your profile is professional to date. So I don't know why you would be on it if you didn't want to have a professional. Your key qualifications. You want to tailor it. All right. Use powerful action verbs. I do this, right? And then focus on what you can offer to the employer. I can increase price. I can streamline systems. My goal is to come in. I actively look for ways to streamline systems and make chronological resume. We're doing things in reverse. So from my start date, May 2019 to present. Maybe a couple problems on that day. Maybe a couple problems on that day. Working part time, and I think relevant, May to present, and then January 2020 to present. The name company, your title, lead sales associate, key special, whatever job title is, use it, dates of employment, and that job, just some bullet points, highlight your skills and achievements you do at that job, responsibilities and things you do, right? So, responsible for sales, number one sales, sales associate. Again, you want to by those possible. Number one sales associate. All right, so I'm on or increase sales by 20% over the last 10. You want to action verb. I did sales. Right? Active. Education in reporting. So I don't know if you went to high school. If you've got a master's degree, you need to know that you've got a master's degree. So your master's degree first. There it is. You want the institution of business management, and patient date, and you can add relevant work, your GPA, especially if they are going to make things good, especially when that can help identify your employer. Hey, you're looking for somebody that's visible in this way. I specifically employer. Hey, you're looking for somebody that's visible in this way. I specifically did several courses in this particular thing for geological things. Look, I took 6 courses. I'm your grandma. Section that talks about your skill, hard work, resilience, of Microsoft Word, like a suite of the Microsoft Docs, skin, speaking on, and other languages, right? So you can put all skills there. They can be both hard skills, where you actually have a certification in something, and they can also be soft skills, interpersonal skill, award through, right? You want to make sure, again, when we're talking tailoring your resumes, right? You want to make sure, again, when we're talking tailoring your resume says, we need people who are flexible and adaptable. We need people who are flexible and adaptable. Then you put in your resume, I'm skills, flexible and adaptable. I'm flexible and adaptable, right? You want to use that language and show that you have that kind of thing. So whatever the skills are that they say, you want to be doing that. But you also want to be proficient. You want to be honest about proficiency level, right? Let's say, for example, there's some of our web work, specifically somebody who, can speak and use the Drupal, similar from quite quickly. And then you can get grouping those things like that. And again, listen to the relevant certification. You have first aid, something that you need to do as a key office worker, it's to have on your resume, right? Driver's license, and also I have a driver's license that allows me to drive vehicles, right? More than just be there, so that people know, hey, they could drive a truck if we needed to. Might be useful, might not be, but you don't know. Put it down there, right? So again, always, we don't just say we have a certificate, we provide the name of the certificate, the organization, the date that you got it. So maybe you got some micro credentials, right? Maybe you got a micro credential in Microsoft Excel, right? Great. A credential from college, you know, as me as being expert in tables in Excel. Boom. Perfect. That you were working for, you want to put those in. All right. It shows that there's a research. You might notice that a bank is a huge supporter of a particular physical disability. Hey, they really support breast cancer, right? Oh, I haven't done stuff with breast cancer, but I did volunteer with this other organization to do a cancer run. You want to put that down there, right? You know, and people love you need right? Take those cues. Sometimes volunteer skills all for you, right? Like, yes, I work with this organization, but I'm helping the IT job here. It's like, oh, somebody that cares and is passionate about this work, not just doing the money. Good to know, right? Good to know, right? Yeah. So, any boards and honors you have, if you could publish some, and that might be relevant to you, practice public speaking with won an award masters. Hey, you put that on because like you're talking, oh, I need to do sales and that relevant. Put it in there, right? Like again, shows that you're hardworking and that you care about things. Any professional associations that you belong to, the Women's Legal Association, the Chinese Students Association, whatever it is, right? Like put those associations in there. And any language you speak, absolutely. Again, you're not saying you're more proficient in a language than you are. Well, that's you have a lot.
Volunteering, in my opinion, said he was pretty kind of busy and all. However, say, you guys, please remain out there as much volunteer as possible. They're quite nice and they success. It shows leadership. You have skills and those tourism. What if you ask me to read more straight here, things that you need for future for people to get into this Canadian society and be a good fit. So yeah, that's something I want to add. And if you don't know where to start, you can talk to Scott. Scott has a lot of knowledge about doing volunteer work, and also he offers a lot of volunteer opportunities as well.
Professional, you put your order, you put skills, you volunteer, other achievement. All that is now on your resume. It's looking full. You need to make sure that it is spelling or whatever it is throughout, and may consider having somebody else look at your resume. If you've ever created any document for a long period of time, you realize it starts to just look the same. So wait, you've got it spelled wrong. It looks like a larger these two things. Yeah.
You say you have detail, and then we have a wrong in your resume. You know.
Yeah.
Now let's how to plan effectively overall strategy. Of course, places of change planning and job. First one, keyword integration. We mentioned that a bit earlier. Formatting design we touched upon it. Utilizing for different here, details for configuration. You want to highlight. You want to actually copy the keywords. You don't want to put. Okay, I got that comment. You also got it's visible about your usage and ability. Easy to want to first like keywords and phrases would be like lastly consider or comment all skill session. Formatting time. You just about the fonts right here. 10 would be professional. This still I use a lot effectively to improve because you don't want to version words and stuff like that right there. Have some space there with your reading. So you want to say for professional like black you don't have to make it color. Why do you do this? Because the red piece is skin and clear. Clear session has bullet point and skills that it does that. Then say the rest of those documents PDF format. All we do these resume is a summary of what we do. What you do long, these functions, size, these spell, include presentations, cover that, and also this one is with quantify wherever possible. How much score you got 95, 30, 400 this before, but how you did. No, that's what you want to quantify something, what you did. However, how you did, you want to know. You want to quantify. And always is an app, accurate, you know. Take this. Then how to choose the format, and also now how to choose the resume. And then we want to have this part here is the certificate.
So let's dive a little bit into in Canada. We like to think of ourselves as being a country that is fair and people equally, doesn't that may not always be true, and it hasn't always been historically true. We strive to do that, and we say somebody with an opportunity characteristic would be wrong. Okay, and so the Ontario Rights Code identifies 17 different nouns considered to be protected with age, color. So right off the top, it doesn't matter for you. We know the reality that these things take a little bit of evidence when it comes to employers, but are not supposed to, right? So we don't include identify and discriminate against red eye. Status, sexual orientation, gender, and public assistance offenses are protected. You do not say in a oh, I have, the accommodation needs that employer at a point in the process you need to put it on a during you worked, you got the employer is not allowed to ask you specific questions about any of these things in the interview. Let's say I know the job requires a lot of evening and weekend. Like, well, since that, you just recommend, are you a parent? Oh, you are? All right. Over, thanks for Right? Are you married? You are. Not going to work. Thank you. Right? But what I really with a lot of note is that going to be possible. Now, I'll just think for yourself. Yes, I'll be able to work with this employer at work. All right. So we talk about you can't be terminated on any of those that we talked about. They can't talk about are you married? Are you any of those things? Period. All right. They can refuse a job, all sorts of. Right? Can't say, oh, you don't experience Canadian experience, and you're going to consider for the job. It's like, well, it will mean that you should or kind of so, or right, use the social media with this product. It feels like I'm doing some work in the process that we, and I asked a bunch of like scenario. It's a ridiculous thing. So this
Happy. And finally, 26 hours English to boost our application. We can do that. And also, we offer personal mentoring. We're planning how to get in touch with us. Wherever the is that you have to talk to our Voyagers in groups and so on. Trying to awareness about the English social media platforms. So you guys can touch with us. The best way would be WhatsApp chat. It's not for free education. Thank you everybody for attending the workshop. We hope this has given you impression. Did you helpful? Okay.
While using words,
Actually,
yeah.